we're going to check out Sophie Cunningham. A lot of content has rolled out involving her arrival to the Indiana Fever and to the facility today, including a little snippet where she's looking at her locker, looking at her uniform. We're going to check this out.
Sophie Cunningham just pulled up to the Indiana Fever like a villain in a superhero movie, ready to cause chaos and steal the spotlight. But what's the first thing out of her mouth? Oh, she's got something to say. And let's just say it's not your typical happy to be here speech. Did she already start some drama? Is Caitlin Clark about to have a new bestie or worse nightmare? Buckle up, this is about to get wild.
Sophie Cunningham here. I'm finally in Indiana and I am so excited to be here and meet all of you. See you guys at the game. Bye.
I learned a lot out there, but now I'm ready to move on to something bigger, something better, and have a lot of really great players around me to, seriously go win a championship.
How impactful will it be for you and your family to be back here in the Midwest, something that Caitlin had as well, and within driving distance for everyone, right?
I love it. My roots are here in the Midwest, and just to be closer to home. My sister is married and has a kid, has another one on the way, and family is everything to me. I have a really great support system, and you better believe I've already had over 100, 200 people reach out, hey, how do we get season tickets? I was like, I have no idea. I just got traded 2 hours ago.
Sophie Cunningham has officially landed in Indiana, and Fever fans are already getting a glimpse of what she brings to the table. After signing with the team in the offseason, the former Phoenix Mercury guard was spotted at her first official training session, putting in work and getting acclimated to her new squad. For a player known for her toughness, shooting ability, and fiery competitive spirit, this is just the beginning of what promises to be an exciting new chapter in her career.
I know a lot of folks were excited to see Sophie Cunningham introduced by the Indiana Fever. Well, it finally happened. And let's just say Sophie is just as excited as the fans are, it seems. She's pretty pumped about joining the Indiana Fever. Who wouldn't be, of course? I mean, it's kind of like, yeah, duh. You get to go to the Fever show. You get your games broadcast everywhere, sold out, play with Caitlin Clark, chance to win a championship, shown love all over the place. It's a pretty good situation.
Cunningham's arrival in Indiana was met with plenty of buzz, as she joins a Fever team that has undergone significant changes in recent seasons. With the franchise now building around young superstar Caitlin Clark, as well as key players like Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell, Cunningham's veteran presence and sharpshooting could be the perfect addition to elevate Indiana's game. Her ability to space the floor, knock down threes, and bring a high-energy style of play fits exactly what the Fever need as they look to establish themselves as a playoff contender.
I'm just excited, but to be honest, I think when you have a group that can let go of the egos and you're really just here to win and work hard, I think that's the best type of group, and you're all willing to do the dirty work, and I think that's what I'm most excited about. That's my bread and butter right there, is outwork your opponents and have fun doing it.
Seeing Cunningham hit the court in Indiana's practice facility for the first time was a moment that symbolized a fresh start, not just for her, but for the Fever organization as a whole. Over the past few seasons, Indiana has struggled to find an identity and consistency. But with the addition of talent like Clark and now the grit of Cunningham, the team is forming a core that could turn things around.
Here she is entering the locker room, and just a forewarning, this is not a lot of basketball talk video. This is just a lot of fun, Sophie Cunningham has arrived team talk. And if you listen closely, you do hear the voice of none other than Caitlin Clark laughing in the background.
Oh gosh, this is the first time I've seen my jersey. Oh, I love this. It's like I'm a rookie all over again.
During her time in Phoenix, Cunningham developed a reputation as a relentless competitor. Whether she was hitting clutch shots, getting under opponents' skin with her aggressive play, or showing up in big moments, she played with a level of confidence that made her a fan favorite. Now, Indiana fans are hoping to see that same fire translate into success with the Fever. One of the biggest things Cunningham brings to Indiana is her experience. While she isn't the most seasoned veteran in the league, she has played in big games, competed in the postseason, and learned from some of the best. Having someone like that alongside Young stars like Clark and Boston could help accelerate the team's growth. Cunningham's leadership will be crucial, especially as the Fever navigate a season with heightened expectations following the arrival of a generational talent like Clark.
What have been some of maybe your initial conversations with the coaching staff as they maybe discuss what this season could be like both for the team and for you?
Yeah, I've always been a huge fan of Stephanie White, and I'm not kidding. We in college we played. I played. She coached against me and whatnot, and so we've known each other for quite a long time. And since I've been in the league, I was like, hey, when are you going to coach me? You know, like it was always just kind of a running joke, and it's been one for the past like 3 or 4 years. And so to finally all kind of come together just at the right time, I'm stoked. I think she's a heck of a coach. I love her offense. I love her approach to games and her approach to her players and the relationship she has with their players.
Beyond everything, Cunningham's personality and energy could make her a key locker room presence. She's known for being outspoken, confident, and willing to do the dirty work that doesn't always show up in the box score. Every successful team needs players like that, ones who bring intensity every single day, whether it's in a game or on the practice court. As she settles into her new home in Indiana, Cunningham has the opportunity to carve out a meaningful role on a Fever team that is looking to make noise in the WNBA. If her first training session was any indication, she's more than ready to embrace the challenge. Sophie Cunningham has finally broken her silence about her move to the Indiana Fever, and she couldn't look happier. After spending 5 seasons with the Phoenix Mercury, the fiery guard forward is embracing a fresh start in Indiana, and her enthusiasm is undeniable. Speaking for the first time about the trade, Cunningham expressed pure excitement, calling it a perfect opportunity to grow her game and be part of something special.
Yeah, you guys will learn that if I'm not in the gym, I'm normally by the pool. And so I was actually poolside when I found out. And, you know, there's a lot of emotions just because I have been out there for so long. But to be honest, my original thought was like, oh, heck yeah. Like, we're about to go win a championship. Like, that's exactly where my mind went. And like I said, it's all about the people. It's about the culture. I learned a lot out there, but now I'm ready to move on to something bigger, something better, and have a lot of really great players around me to, you know, seriously go win a championship.
During her introduction, she radiated energy, flashing her signature smile while talking about joining a young, dynamic Fever squad. With Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell already in the mix, Cunningham's toughness and shooting ability make her a valuable asset. She emphasized her eagerness to bring leadership, grit, and a winning mentality to the team. After years of playing alongside veterans like Diana Taurasi, Cunningham now has a chance to help shape the Fever's rising core, she acknowledged. The challenges of leaving Phoenix, but made it clear she's all in on Indiana. Her excitement, confidence, and team-first mindset prove she's ready for this new chapter. And judging by her beaming expression, she's exactly where she wants to be.
Where's he? Oh, I love this. It's like I'm a rookie all over again. Oh!
That's great. That's great. Like she's a rookie all over again. I heard Cece laughing at the end, so I guess Caitlin Clark's in the room.
Now, it's no secret that Caitlin Clark has become one of the biggest targets in the WNBA. From the moment she stepped on the court, veterans and defenders have been trying to rough her up, send a message, and make her life as difficult as possible. We've seen players take cheap shots, try to intimidate her, and play her more physically than most rookies ever experience. That's where the Indiana Fever needs a true enforcer, someone who won't let opponents get away with taking liberties on their star player. And there's one name that immediately comes to mind: Sophie Cunningham. Sophie is exactly the kind of player who thrives on intensity. She plays with an edge, isn't afraid to get in an opponent's face, and has built a reputation as one of the toughest competitors in the league. More importantly, she's already spoken about how much she admires Caitlin Clark. That means she wouldn't just be playing enforcer because it's her job. She'd be doing it because she genuinely respects Caitlin and wants to protect her. Let's be real, right now, Indiana doesn't have that kind of presence on the floor. The Fever are young, talented, and full of potential, but they lack that gritty, no-nonsense player who will step up and send a message when things get too physical. In the NBA, we've seen players like Draymond Green, Patrick Beverley, and even Udonis Haslem take on that enforcer role. The WNBA has had its fair share of tough players, too. Remember Cheryl Ford, Rebecca Brunson, or even Diana Taurasi when she's in one of her moods. Every great team needs that kind of player.
And you just love to see it. You love to see, like, support for greatness, the inclusion. You know, she never, even when she wasn't on Caitlin's team, she was always a very vocal supporter. And she was not kidding about being a feisty player. She was one of the players in the top 10 of the last season in the WNBA with the most technical fouls, of which a lot of the Mercury players were up.
Caitlin Clark is one of the most exciting offensive players the league has seen in years. She's a sharpshooter, a playmaker, and someone who can shift the momentum of a game in an instant. But she's also a 22-year-old rookie who's still adjusting to the physicality of the league. It's clear that players are testing her, trying to see if they can rattle her or get her off her game. The Fever needs someone who can check those players and let them know that targeting Caitlin comes with consequences. That's where Sophie Cunningham comes in. She's been in the league since 2019, and in that time, she's built a reputation as one of the toughest, most aggressive players out there. She's not just physical, she's also skilled. She can shoot the three, play solid defense, and bring a level of intensity that every team needs. But more importantly, she's the type of player who isn't afraid to mix it up. If someone gives Caitlin a hard foul, Sophie will be the first one there, letting them know that won't fly.
Star players in your base, and the Fever have, I mean, I think their real formula scoring is Clark and Mitchell. And then you have Boston, who's just such an intelligent basketball player playing within that. And then you have on top of that the role players. And Howard can get down the floor, catch and finish, score in a myriad of ways. Bonner is going to get in where she fits in because she's done everything and seen it all. Cunningham is just natural to play off that because she can catch and shoot the basketball.
However, Caitlin Clark on her own is pay, the sacrifice to make sure no one pushes her around in her again. After an already stellar rookie season, Clark has visibly bulked up ahead of her second WNBA season, and it's clear she's preparing for the physicality of the pros. The Indiana Fever's young star isn't just relying on her shooting and passing. She's putting in the work to add muscle, ensuring she can absorb contact, defend tougher opponents, and hold her own against veteran competition.
This is why the WNBA was in big trouble.
This transformation isn't just about aesthetics. It's about survival. The WNBA is a far more physical league, and Clark will be facing defenders who are stronger, faster, and more aggressive than anyone she's played against before. Her increased muscle mass will allow her to finish through contact, extend her range even further, and improve her endurance for the grueling season ahead. Opposing teams won't just have to worry about her limitless shooting range. They'll now have to deal with a stronger, more resilient version of Clark who isn't afraid to get inside and mix it up.
Caitlin Clark in college was not the strongest player in the world. Like, she was somebody that wasn't weak by any means, but we saw when it came to the WNBA that she wasn't able to really assert herself physically. And in fairness, her first game matchup was a tough one because her first matchup was against Dijonais.
But Clark isn't the only upgrade in Indiana. The Fever have been busy stacking their roster with experienced players who can help them make an immediate impact. There's DeWanna Bonner, a proven champion with multiple all-star appearances and deep playoff experience. Bonner's length, versatility, and veteran leadership will be crucial for a young team like the Fever. She can provide scoring, defense, and a calming presence when things get tough. Having someone like Bonner around will give Clark and the rest of the squad a go-to leader who has been in high-pressure situations before.
To the Bandano podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Great to be here with you guys today. DeWanna Bonner had her introductory press conference today, but do you know what she did before that? Do you know what
And let's not forget Sydney Colson, a fan favorite and one of the best locker room leaders in the league. While she might not put up eye-popping stats, Colson's impact on a team goes beyond the box score. Her ability to keep things light while also holding teammates accountable will be valuable for a team looking to grow together.
So Sydney Colson is obviously a player for the Indiana Fever. Someone signed to be Caitlin Clark's backup, and she is I think she's going to be a solid player. Genuinely.
Now, with the 2025 WNBA season fast approaching, all eyes are on Caitlin Clark. But Cunningham could be just as important to the team's success. A tough, gritty competitor, Cunningham brings experience, energy, and leadership to a young Fever squad looking to take the next step. She's a proven three-point shooter and a relentless defender. Exactly the kind of player who thrives in high-pressure moments. Her presence will help Clark adjust to the league's physicality while also giving Indiana another weapon on offense. Last season, Cunningham had career highs in scoring and efficiency, showing she's more than just a role player. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe. More videos are on screen now.